The smoke is still in the air, although it's clearing up. Although, with that in mind, a quick thought. Yesterday when I was capturing with the drone, for some reason when I brought it home, one of the video files was actually corrupted, it seems. When you look at the properties and all that, there's no bit rate, you can't open it. Even on the actual app, you can't see it. It makes me wonder if it's because of the drone or an SD card. So I just ordered another SD card just to test it out afterwards. But it might actually be with the drone, because with this drone in particular, it's kind of awkward where when you land and all that, it automatically stops recording for you. And that could be an issue at times where if you suddenly, let's just say, close down an app or something like that, even with other products, it could corrupt the files. So it makes me wonder if that is a negative in general. That's why when you test them, you really have to test them, not just use it for like a couple of days and say it's the best ever. I guess with that in mind, what did I read today? It was kind of interesting reading this one about, I guess, the military, trying to test out swarms of drones and how to deal with it. It looks kind of crazy when you see the video and all that. Yet this person posted here, at sunrise this morning, a swarm of 40 quadcopters, all equipped with cameras, miles, and lethal munition capable launched in advance of 11th ACR's attack on a prepared defense by 1AD. Drones will be as important in the first battle of the next war as artillery is today. I would imagine here they would probably just roast them all in the air, correct? With military types of equipment, or would they just signal jam them? Either way, I guess that will be what a lot of people use for their wars and fights. There has been a ton of news recently about military and combat drones and all that, and I guess on a lighter note, how about this? I'd rather see things like this. Apparently in Japan, a lot of people are going, I guess, crazy over this. There was a drone light show, except this one was Pokémon themed. And to me, it looks kind of cool, I guess, for anyone who's familiar with the series and all that. You can see, basically it changes shapes to various characters and lands afterwards, but either way, I'd rather see stuff like this. It actually makes me curious too, when companies will start releasing things like this in a more accessible way for people to experiment creatively and all that. Can you imagine nowadays with all the hysteria with a lot of people where someone's in their backyard or something like that just experimenting with drone light shows, and someone will actually come out and say, hey, that thing's spying on me, or quote, I can shoot it down and all that. A little ludicrous, but we're not there yet in terms of the hysteria being gone. And I guess with that thought of people not going after criminals instead, how about this one? Apparently it's a thing now for some reason. People going around with knives and just stabbing people. This one says, VPD makes arrests after meal delivery worker attacked by stranger. Vancouver police have made an arrest in a violent and unprovoked stabbing that left a meal delivery worker with life-threatening injuries Sunday night. The victim, 22-year-old newcomer to Canada, who was working for a meal delivery service, was locking his bike to a street pole in Chinatown around 6 p.m. And with that, apparently he was just randomly, attacked by someone. That neighborhood hasn't been very good, in recent times. And it says the victim suffered a number of stab wounds, including injuries to his chest and throat. It said Sergeant Steve Addison of the attack, which occurred near Gore Avenue and East Pender Street. Despite grave injuries, he was able to call 911 for help, and several witnesses provided first aid until police arrived. His injuries were life-threatening, but we now expect him to pull through. The crazy thing too is if they're talking about yesterday, Sunday, there was actually a huge event there to my knowledge. Imagine that, being attacked with all those people around you and so forth still. Whatever they're doing to try to stop this stuff isn't working, I guess, overall. Maybe they should stop trying to go after people flying things like toy drones and stuff, huh? And focus on stuff like this, actual crimes and criminals. Remember this huge thing that drifted to shore during the wind? They couldn't, I guess, remove it, so ultimately it looks like they're tearing it down in order to get rid of it. See you guys later.